Monica. Rachel. Ross. Joey. Phoebe and Chandler. My friends, and probably yours too, and that would give us something to talk about should you and I ever meet. Yeah, you and I could meet, and it would take a really long time for us to get to know each other, you know, as well as we know Monica, Rachel, Ross, Joey, Phoebe, and Chandler. I mean, I know them, but I don't know you, and you're real, right? So, which friend do you see yourself as? Monica's really cool, but I can never be that neat. I don't even shave. Of course, I'd love to be Rachel. She's so hot and charming and sexy, and everybody loves her. My husband says that everyone loves me. I've never felt that way. Now, Phoebe, she's fun and colorful and arty. I do relate to that. She's even worn my favorite designer on a couple of episodes. Well, maybe I saw the same episode 4, 5 times. Whatever. Phoebe's dumb, and Joey's even dumber. Ross? Ooh. I'd rather be George Costanza. So, Chandler is the one I relate to. He's funny and loyal and self-deprecating. Wait, if I think I'm self-deprecating, then how could I be? Even still, I'm much more Chandler than I am Rachel. Rachel and Phoebe were Monica's bridesmaids. I always wanted to be a bridesmaid. I know that sounds crazy because you're supposed to want to be the bride. I was a bride at 24. We had a beautiful Chinese wedding, but the Chinese don't have bridesmaids. So I couldn't even hope for some reciprocal sort of thing to happen in the future. I always knew my childhood girlfriend Liz would make me a bridesmaid, but she never got married. And even if she did, it's sad to see a bunch of 40-year-old bridesmaids. When my daughter was a toddler, she didn't have any friends. I mean, her friends were my friends, or the kids of my friends. Well, she's very outgoing, so frequently she would meet some little girl at the playground or park, and they'd play great for an hour or two, and then never see each other again. I usually ended up chatting with the mother, father, or nanny, so I too made a friend, but just for a day. I was disappointed when I got pregnant a second time that nobody threw me a baby shower. Granted, I already had most of the baby stuff that I needed. Plus, when you have a baby, people just send you stuff. I'm talking 1 or 2 packages in a day in the mail for weeks. But my disappointment isn't about stuff. One of the best things about having a baby is that tons of people come to visit in those first few weeks. Like the packages, it's often 1 or 2 a day. So, for an hour or 2, we sit around chatting, drinking tea, staring at the baby. It's fantastic. Like infancy, it doesn't last. Whew, that was a real fall. My best friend in college, which means best friends before husbands and live-in boyfriends, but also best friends before email, voicemail, We saw each other every day. I never ate dinner alone. That was a long time ago. For the last 9 years, we've lived in the same city, and the only time we see each other is when we both happen to turn up at the same random dance event. I see friends who live on the West Coast more than I see him. I don't blame him. Why don't I call? I set up playdates for my daughter. Instead, every day in this city, I surround myself with hundreds of strangers. Except once. That is my baby whining, by the way. In case you're wondering. Anyway. I was having this moment one day. It was Thanksgiving Day. I was waiting in Grand Central Terminal for my friend Louise. As I looked around the crowded room, time seemed to slow down. And I wasn't on drugs. But as I scanned the room, I really saw each person. I saw each person completely. I knew everyone there, and I could have spent Thanksgiving with any one of them, and it would have been normal, perfect. In fact, it seemed strange that I was looking for one particular person. It was something. Something I'm hoping to recreate a little bit with a poker table. That's right, we just moved to a new apartment, now we can entertain for the first time. And my parents got us this really great poker table. It's hexagonal and maple. There's a place for your chips. No, your drink and your chips. There's a tight black leather top that you can cover it with, and then you have dinner for 8. If only I could cook.